2-1. Sydney Reeves has managed to make her way over to second base, a runner in scoring position early on for the Nighthawks. This one grounded to second base, put out made, so Jenna Miles grounds out for the first out of the inning. Sydney Reeves advances to third, and now the batter going to be designated player Natalie Ray. First pitch to Ray, misses just outside, 1-0. Natalie Ray had a 2-run home run along with a sacrifice fly and an RBI in game number 1 of the series. She'll take a strike here and run the count to 1-1. Nesbitt delivers. That one misses up. See if she can double as it makes its way into the North Georgia dugout. Half-a Nighthawk of the week, Riley Moody. Moody did not manage to get a hit in the first game. Had that long foul ball into left field. Would have surely been a home run, but just went out. This one's lined over there and going to bounce off the padding, and the first strike of the AB for Moody.
Yeah, Moody's still looking to record her first hit of the day for North Georgia. He's had a really impressive season to begin the year.
Strike going to be called here on Riley Moody. That pushes to count to 1-2.
Of any consequences.
At the heart of America's gold rush stands a beacon of leadership, tradition, and excellence. A university that has always led the way, forging an environment for broad-based academics, world-class athletics, and tomorrow's military leaders. The University of North Georgia. Learning and leadership, passion and preparation, transformation and tradition. We are the University of North Georgia.
Back here with you on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Top of the second inning about to get underway. North Georgia was able to break ahead and put 2 runs on the board off the bat of Carly Knowles. Her ball ricocheted off third baseman Genia Hall, went into the North Georgia dugout, and 2 runs were able to cross due to that ball going out of play. So now Gracie West comes back out for her second inning of work. Ball going to be fouled back by Jaslyn Mitchell. Sip of water for him.
See one of the athletic trainers from North Georgia out there too. And potentially one of the ones from Miles College as well. Both handing the home plate umpire water. And was just the third base coach for Miles College.
So we're ready to go again. The 0-2 pitch from Gracie West. That's going to miss high. And the count going to go to 1-2. Gracie West last time had a ground out to shortstop, followed by a walk and then a double play by Genia Hall. Got her out of the inning. It's a 6-4-3. Now Jaslyn Mitchell getting her first action of the day. Placing catcher Jada Bradford in this one. She's behind 1-2 to West. Here's the pitch. Swing line drive left, going to be foul. Good pitch by Gracie West. Not good enough to be strike 3, however, as Jaslyn Mitchell stays alive in the count, 2-2. That one misses way up. Runs it full. Gracie West trying to stay out of her second walk of the game. Gets the call and fires. Lined foul. So we're going to do it once again. ERA a bit higher than I think Gracie West wanted coming into play, a 7.22. Been used sparingly, but showing potential. The freshman from Commerce, Georgia. Got a chance here to get the first out. Going to be a lazy ground ball. Nice play at second by Jenna Miles. Throw on the runs going to retire Jaslyn Mitchell for the first out of the top of the second inning. Fans, today's broadcast of the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by Bryan Properties, the leader in commercial real estate along the Georgia 400 corridor and a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics. So Shalia Wade steps into the batter's box for Miles. Wade had a walk, went 0 for 2 with a couple ground outs and a line out, or a singular ground out and a line out. Along with that walk, she goes up 1-0 in the count here to West.
You mentioned Gracie West and the ERA, and you know, definitely does want it to make it a little bit lower there. But the thing about it, going into this season,
bring up the pitcher, Desalyn Nesbitt. She is going to take strike one. Good pitch there from Gracie West. West coming from Commerce High School. Looking to make an impact on this North Georgia roster. And Devin, you know, with so much youth in the pitching staff, it really opens the door for some of these girls to have an opportunity to come in and really establish themselves as a starter, or really whatever their role needs to be. Here she gets Nesbitt to pop up quickly to Journey Roberts for the second out. Second baseman Michelle Tanks.
So if you look at the pitching statistics from last year, none of the pitchers that pitched last year are on this team. Because you had Tybee Denton, Kristen Davis, Sophie Mooney, Delaney Heberlin, and Aniston Wright all either graduate, all did graduate last year.
And now with Brooke O'Hare coming over, you know, new coach, new program in a sense. You know, and I just touched on it. This is really when you want to establish confidence. A game against Miles, a team that you feel you should be able to come in and really handle. It's a chance for Gracie West to come out here and put together some good innings. Runner going to go. Nice throw down from Knowles. Miles not going to be able to drag that leather across the turf and make the tag. So an advancement by Shalia Wade to second base. Now runner in scoring position for Tanks. 2-1 pitch on the way. Strike called. Count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in inning number 2. Deuces wild for Gracie West. It's one more pitch. Here to Michelle Tanks to send us to the bottom half. Tanks, though, not ready for that just yet. She fights it off over to the concourse here.
See that new addition on the left field side, opening it up there. You can almost sit field level.
And the fans in left field got a good view of that one. The Michelle Tanks line out is going to take us to the bottom half of inning number 2 from Dahlonega. You're watching North Georgia softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. bottom of the second inning from Dahlonega. North Georgia on top of the Miles College Golden Bears by a score of 2-0. And Tegan Laval Masonette is going to lead us off here against Dessalin Nesbitt for the Lady Bears. Tegan Laval. Good plate discipline by Mary Seal. Goes ahead 2-0. Pitch on the way, going to be driven to right field. That ball's deep. That ball's gone. Mary Seal Brumby goes deep, and North Georgia extends their lead 4-0 Nighthawks.
Yeah, back-to-back big at-bats for Tegan Laval, Masonette, and then Mary Seal Brumby there. Is now North Georgia extending their lead 4-0 over Miles College and trying to take control over this ball game.
So Mary Seal Brumby just touched on it earlier in game number 1. No home runs for the power hitter this season. There is number 1, and it's a 2-run drive to right center field off the netting in front of the Onia, Georgia, Franklin County High School. Her first at-bat of the doubleheader today. Started both games at third base. She takes strike number 2 as it creeps its way across the plate. On the season for Roberts, limited offensive production. Defense has been great here. She unfortunately is victim to the strikeout. First out of the inning for North Georgia, and we go back to the top with Sydney Reeves. So Sydney Reeves comes to the plate. She walked to lead off this game for North Georgia. She is going to take ball number 1. The 1-0 fly ball left field. And there to make the play on it is Michaela Williams for the second out. So it's Jenna Miles once again for North Georgia. Umpire proclaims still ball. It's 2-1 now the count. Third consecutive ball misses the zone here to Jenna Miles. Way ahead. Hitters count 3-1. For the North Georgia second baseman. It's on the way, and it misses way out in the right-handed batter's box. So Jenna Miles reaches base. And Natalie Ray now going to be the hitter for North Georgia. Natalie Ray reached on a walk her first at-bat. She takes a strike on the outer half.
You know, ever really since that bottom of the 5th inning, it's been all North Georgia since then, and nothing to show for it from the Golden Bears.
Second pitch of the at-bat from West misses high, so Jordan Davis runs it even. 1-1 count for number 11. West fires the pitch in. That one's going to skip across the plate. Puts Davis at a pretty big advantage here, 2-1. Davis takes strike number 2 on the inside corner. Coming into play today was a 182 hitter with only 2 walks drawn and 2 stolen bases. In the field, Davis struggles with errors quite frequently. Here, though, she's in a 2-2 count, and she's going to swing at something outside the strike zone and be the first victim of Gracie West this inning. 2-2 misses just outside from West. Runs it full onto Kayla Smoot.
Yeah, and it was a little bit of a struggle early for North Georgia. I mean, they jumped out to that 3-0 lead in the game one, but then Miles College was able to get some momentum, and they were really able to. It was a back-and-forth game between the two programs, and, you know, we keep bringing it up, at the end of that game really changed the momentum of everything, and Miles College is looking to at least get something back from what they had in that first game.
Yeah, it went from Miles College kind of taking the underdog role and looking like they could maybe come up to Dahlonega and upset North Georgia to things falling apart. But Tequila Smoot has a pretty nice at-bat here for the Bears and is going to manage a one-out walk. That brings the lead-up hitter Skylar Jones up for the second time. Jones, unfortunately, we missed it in the top of the first inning. It was a ground-out victim to shortstop Riley Moody. We can get that one more time here. We'd send you to commercial, and we'll see you in the bottom half. But first pitch looks like it's going to miss the strike zone. Knowles thought about the back pick. Smoot did a good job getting back in time. Was a called strike, actually, so second pitch, however, will miss the zone. Count going to go 1-1. West 1-1. Here's the bunt. It's popped up. Journey Roberts has done that a million times. She's got that one easily for the second out.
Yeah, good read there by Journey Roberts. Catch that pop-up bunt.
Kayla Williams, the left fielder now, the last hope in this top of the third inning for Miles College. Gracie West doing a nice job, even when runners get on, of neutralizing any threat the Lady Bears can come up with. The threat this inning has been the Tequila Smoot one-out walk. Here's West 1-0. Bunt attempt laid down, going to go foul. Carly Knowles touches it foul, and it'll send Williams back to the batter's box after a meeting with her first base coach.
So far in game two.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that is going to do it for the threat for Miles in the top of the third. You're watching North Georgia softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through.
The whole day, every day, we're thinking about one thing, Georgia's hearts. While you're busy being you, we're working to make Georgia Heart Institute Georgia's #1 heart program. One of only 2 programs in the state offering robotic heart surgery as an alternative to open heart surgery. So whether you live in Atlanta or Athens, in the country or in town, the future of heart care is here for you today. We do it all because Georgia's hearts are always on our minds.
That old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Georgia Heart Institute.
Dahlonega Resort and Vineyard is a quick drive from Atlanta, but a world apart from the noise and sprawl. Escape to the North Georgia mountains for your next weekend adventure or book your next corporate outing at Dahlonega Resort and Vineyard today. Carly Knowles going to be the hitter for North Georgia in the bottom of the third. Interesting at bat for her the first time. A screamer hit off the third baseman, Genia Hall, went into the North Georgia dugout. And that brought some runs across for the Nighthawks in that first frame. She's ahead in the count 1-0, chops that one foul towards the bullpen area. Left fielder Michaela Williams goes over there to retrieve it. North Georgia up 4-0. 2-run home run by Mary Sil Brumby extended what damage Carly Knowles did in the first inning. Count moves to 2-1 now for the freshman. She takes that one. possibly out of amazement as to how it was coming across the plate. Froze her, and count now even for number 2 at 2-2. Pitch on the way. Swing, ground ball, shortstop. Going to get through Jordan Davis. Lifted up on it. Going to be an E6. And North Georgia has a runner on in the form of Carly Knowles.
Yeah, there's just been a lot of just mistakes on this Miles College team throughout the day in both games. Imagine if they cleaned up some of those mistakes, you know, and had maybe a better end to the game. What could have been?
Could definitely been a different ball game. Pitch there bounces its way to Jaslyn Mitchell, and Carly Knowles able to take second base. So now North Georgia a runner in scoring position with one away. Moody going to roll over on this one.
Miles College. Miles College. Getting the Battle of Blood Mountain mixed up in here.
The 2-0 pitch to Laval Masonette. She ducks back. Three and 0. The pitch from Nesbitt. Is the zone. She got one across.
Notice. Let me break it down for Notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
At the heart of America's gold rush stands a beacon of leadership, tradition, and excellence. A beacon of leadership, tradition, and excellence. A university that has...
Back in the first inning. See what round 2 of this battle has. First pitch from West. Swing and a miss. Umpire looks like he wore that one. And members of both coaching staffs quickly tend to the home plate umpire. Looked like maybe a scoring threat that last half inning for North Georgia. Tegan Laval really got a hold of that ball, but it just unfortunately found the glove of Shalia Ward. And then Mary Sil Brumby, that deep fly ball out to left center field. Looked like for just a split second, it might have had a chance to carry, but ultimately caught by Michaela Williams out there. Situation here in Dahlonega, that ball ricocheting off our home plate umpire. He's taking a second to gather himself up, but Devin through 3 innings of game number 2, kind of what we expected. 4-0 North Georgia. They're shutting down the bats of Miles College.
You know, Miles College, you know, they're just looking for something to go on because a lot, you know, the past few seasons just have not gone their way.
No, they most definitely have not, and now at a 0-10 record to start this year. And Jenny Hall swings through that one, frustrated as she slams her bat against home plate quite a few times. She slams her bat against home plate quite a few times. And this batting overview is that off-speed pitch from Gracie West. That off-speed pitch from Gracie West working well again, has these Miles College hitters out front. Oh, 1 pitch. Different pitch, same story. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count now to Mitchell. West toes the rubber, fires. That pitch misses for a ball. Stays alive for the time being. Stays alive for the time being. 3-4-5 of this 3-4-5 of this Miles College lineup here in the top of the 4th inning. Be nice to set them down in order. Mitchell not going for that pitch above the strike zone. Evens the count up at 2-2. Ball's popped foul right next to the broadcast booth. Good battle by Jaslyn Mitchell, not going down without a fight here. Not going to give Gracie West this strikeout easily. West has struck out the last two batters. Here's the 2-2. Screamer foul. And a nice job out there by Avery Moffitt to avoid in the bullpen.
Yeah, those were two back-to-back foul balls here that have
Lines.
That old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Georgia Heart Institute.
Sydney Reeves does her best Superman impression in center field to end the top of the fourth inning. Keeps Miles scoreless so far in game number 2. And now to get things going in the bottom half is the third baseman, Journey Roberts. Roberts struck out looking in her first at-bat, so she's looking for a bit of redemption here. First pitch to number 14. Going to be called strike. Little low, little in, but enough to be called. Roberts, second pitch, line drive, caught over at third base by Jania Hall. So that's the first out of the fourth inning, and that brings up Superman herself, Sydney Reeves. I guess Superwoman would be a better thing to say. Her first pitch misses, low and away, 1-0.
Yeah, she's getting it done both on the fielding side of things and the batting side of things.
Yeah, that was just a terrific catch. My reaction was slightly delayed because we've started to get some shadows out there in the deeper parts of left and center. Deslin Nesbitt thought she had a strikeout looking there, but North Georgia's spark plug takes one outside. Here's the 2-2. Not quite. That one crossed the plate a little low. Reeves check swing, able to hold up. Confirmed by the umpire standing behind third base. Count runs full now. The payoff pitch, ground ball, second base, long hop. Knocked down out there, but not in time. Michelle Tanks can't corral it, and Sydney Reeves has an infield single.
Yeah, Reeves is just balling with North Georgia so far.
Suddenly, Sydney Reeves, while Miles' defense not paying a ton of attention, takes second base. So she will be in scoring position now. Something about the leadoff in the order for North Georgia softball and baseball. Just, like I said, spark plugs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Andrew Zapata is the man over there at baseball right now, and they're actually practicing right behind us right now. And then, you know, you could say Sydney Reeves, she's the woman around here. You saw right there. She forced a back pick to second base by Jaslyn Mitchell, and right when Mitchell made that move, Sydney Reeves took off for third. So an infield single turns into her taking second and third without the ball ever leaving the infield. Now the ground out by Jenna Miles brings Sydney Reeves home. North Georgia extends their lead to 5-0. And textbook right there out of Sydney Reeves on the base pads. Yeah, that's why North Georgia went out and got her when they saw her in the transfer portal.
One of those transfers that new head coach Brooke O'Hare brought over to Dahlonega, and Sydney Reeves paying it off there, and infield single. Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
At the heart of America's gold rush stands a beacon of leadership, tradition, and excellence. A university that has always led the way, forging an environment for broad-based academics, world-class athletics, and tomorrow's military leaders. The University of North Georgia. Learning and leadership, passion and preparation, transformation and tradition. We are the University of North Georgia.
Calling all business owners, let Business Fernie, a proud partner of UNG Athletics, help you furnish your workspace with office furniture, graphics, wall solutions, and more. North Georgia so far in this one out to a 5-0 lead as we get ready for the top of the 5th inning from Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium in Dahlonega, Georgia at Lynn Cottrell Park. Beautiful day, 70 degrees, light breeze out to left field. Doubleheader Tuesday here in the Gold City, and Gracie West gets ahead with a swing and a miss. The batter, pitcher Desalin Nesbitt. 2 away. And the hitter going to be shortstop Jordan Davis.
Enough. Wonder how that's going to have effect on the batters as they're really just staring into the sun on every pitch that is thrown to them.
Sight lines could definitely be playing a factor for Miles in this one. The 1-1 from Gracie West, swing and a miss. Sun going to be setting towards right field here at the Hill in Dahlonega. And like Devin mentioned, those shadows are starting to creep their way in towards the circle here, towards the infield. The 1-2 pitch misses high and away from West. It's been pretty dominant out of Gracie so far. We talked a lot earlier in this game about this new pitching staff and who's going to be the ones to really step up. And no action in the North Georgia bullpen. Looks like Gracie West, at least for the time being, it's her show. First pitch is up. Looked like Smoot wanted to, and the strike is called. Smoot could not hold back there, trying to slap it. Today's broadcast is presented to you in part by Coca-Cola, the official sideline partner of North Georgia Athletics. So bottom of the 5th inning in Dahlonega. Carly Knowles, the catcher, going to be coming up to lead things off for the Nighthawks. She just got through throwing out a runner in the form of Jordan Davis. It was never really a question. Riley Moody there to receive it and place the tag. So now it's going to be Knowles, the freshman from Hawkinsville, Georgia. She takes ball 1. Desalin Nesbitt still out in the circle for Miles College. Really hasn't been terrible out of her today. Only 4 hits for North Georgia, 2 errors by Miles College. Hasn't helped her out much at all. The 2-run home run by Mary Sil Brumby, obviously the big blemish in this one, but one of North Georgia's runs came off a ball just straying out of play. So really nothing to hang your head on if you're Desalin Nesbitt so far, but obviously North Georgia here with 3 runs can send us home early. And Knowles going to ground this one over. Saw 12-4 as Johnson fouls this one off. You know, that last inning really propelled them to that run rule, and right here the offense not really putting it on Miles College, just kind of keeping their foot on. That allows Caitlin Johnson to get on an ace. That allows Caitlin Johnson to get on an E6. Riley Moody now going to be the hitter for North Georgia with one away, the bottom of the fifth. She lines this one into left field, and it gets past the left fielder. Now a couple runners are going to score. Caitlin Johnson, one of them. Moody gets the green light. She's going to come around and score. And a single and an error by Michaela Williams in left brings two home for North Georgia.
Yeah, an inside the park home run for Riley Moody. I was about getting ready to say it's been a quiet day inside the batter's box for Riley Moody, but right there hits a very rare inside the park home run for North Georgia. So they go up 7-0 over Miles College, but just overall a good day from North Georgia on the batting side of things, getting things done when they need to. So they headed to go into Peach Belt Conference play this weekend.
Yeah, most definitely. Now one more run will send us home early. As you mentioned, Devin, this weekend, March 1st and 2nd, USC Aiken on the road. That's going to open up Peach Belt play for this team. They're going to head out there, doubleheader Saturday at 12 and 2, and then a game Sunday at noon. So this is really the tune-up for North Georgia.
And you look at a lot of the teams, only one team that is at 500 right now in the Peach Belt. That's Georgia College, sitting with a 6-6 record overall. But if you look at the overall records, there's three teams ahead of North Georgia. Columbus State, big-time rival to the softball program, 11-1. USC Buford, 13-3. Flagler, 12-4 to start the year. So, you play a lot of various different types of opponents early in the year. So, the level of competition could vary and could play a role into some of those records. But it's going to be an interesting slate when the Peach Belt Conference comes around because, it's going to be a store when it comes to Peach Belt play because that's really going to be the deciding factor on how the rest of the season goes.
Yeah, 50 innings for her this season. So we haven't seen her at all today. Haven't really needed Angelina out of the bullpen or as a starter, which she usually is. It's been Gracie West and Chloe Poss most of the way here today as Mary Silbrumby draws a walk. And that's going to bring up Caitlin Johnston.
It was a big weekend for both softball, and how about baseball getting the 3-game sweep over Georgia College this weekend? Unfortunately for them, for the Nighthawks, does not count towards Peach Belt play, but a big weekend for both our softball and baseball programs here.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that even though it didn't count for Peach Belt play, the baseball team, to sweep a team like Georgia College, who, for all intents and purposes could be seen as a rival. They're in conference. They are a really good program. To get that early season sweep to build confidence for them going into Peach Belt Conference play has to mean a lot. And some changes out on the field now as Kayla Berry is going to go pinch run for Mary Silbrumby. Caitlin Johnston steps into the batter's box in Journey Roberts' spot. That run over on first base in Kayla Berry would be a run rule. This one's driven into center field. Back at the wall, it